I got to ask you one thing now.
Yes, sir.
Are you telling me that Shedeur Sanders, if he's starting quarterback for the Browns when they played the Green Bay Packers, he couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? He couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? Hand the ball off, punt the ball, get a team a pick?
If the Browns bench Joe Flacco, who's next man up?
Dillon Gabriel.
It's not even Shedeur. I'm going to let that sink in for a moment. And I didn't make that decision. Don't call me a hater. I didn't choose to draft Shedeur in the 5th round. Don't call me a hater. If it was up to me, Shedeur would be starting in Cleveland. It's not. Ownership, management, coaches said that Dillon Gabriel was going to be the number 2. Not me. Don't call me a hater. I didn't do this. Shady didn't do this. The Cleveland Browns have said Shedeur is not even a number 2. So if Flacco sucks.
Cleveland, we need to talk. Because what just happened inside this organization is beyond shocking. We are 5 weeks into the season, and somehow Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback you drafted to be your future, is still standing on the sideline with a clipboard in his hand. And if that wasn't enough, the Browns just made it official. Dillon Gabriel, the rookie you barely even talked about during camp, is now QB2 over Shedeur. Yes, you heard me right. Joe Flacco is still QB1. Dillon Gabriel just jumped up the depth chart. And Shedeur? He's still buried, waiting, watching, and now talking.
Each and every day, because you don't know what happened or what could happen. So it's really, just keeping the mindset of just staying locked in, staying into everything, and remaining focused on the main thing.
Do you feel like you're kind of close to getting to where you want to be in terms of, getting a chance to play this?
I don't think playing or not playing, is in my hands. So I think based on the situation, it's if things happen, things pan out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready to play right now.
Because this week Shedeur made headlines all over sports media when he flat out called out quarterback play around the league. And he wasn't whispering. He wasn't being subtle. He was bold. He was confident. And you can feel the pressure building on Cleveland's coaching staff every time he speaks. Because here's the thing. Shedeur is not wrong. Joe Flacco has looked slow, indecisive, and washed in back-to-back games. The Browns' offense looks like it's stuck in the mud. And fans are getting louder by the day, asking when Shedeur is going to get his shot. But the Browns? They just doubled down on holding him back.
Lions' offense look anemic. So sure, could Shedeur have thrown 36 passes and just thrown 1 interception? There's a chance. But could Shedeur have thrown 36 passes and maybe thrown 3 interceptions? There's a chance that happened too. The Detroit Lions with Jared Goff, they played the Green Bay Packers. And Jared Goff had 1 touchdown and 1 pick. He was sacked 4 times.
Let's be honest, Browns fans, we have seen this story before. A team invests in a young quarterback, hypes him up during the draft, sells jerseys, builds excitement, and then when the season starts, they get cold feet. They play it safe. They put the veteran out there. And by the time they finally give the rookie his shot, the season is already gone. That is exactly where Cleveland is heading right now. Because this isn't just about Shedeur sitting. It's about Shedeur sitting while Joe Flacco throws ducks and the offense can't score in the second half. It's about Shedeur watching Dillon Gabriel leapfrog him after a few good practice reps. And it's about Shedeur speaking his mind, telling the world he is ready, while his team acts like he's invisible. You want to know why this is dangerous? Because the locker room is watching this too. Every single player in that room knows what Shedeur brings. They saw him in camp. They saw him making throws that other quarterbacks on this roster cannot make. And you better believe some of those players are whispering under their breath, asking why he isn't playing.
And now you in the locker room saying, I'm better than other quarterbacks in the league. I don't even think Shedeur's wrong. I just don't know that you have to say it.
I got to ask you one thing now.
Yes, sir.
Are you telling me that Shedeur Sanders, if he's starting quarterback for the Browns when they played the Green Bay Packers, he couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? He couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? Hand the ball off, punt the ball, get a team a pick, don't make no great plays?
But here's my question.
Because you said something though, right? And when you talk, I listen. So now I'm going to ask you a question.
Yep.
Are you telling me when you watch Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns offense play, you tell me Shedeur couldn't do that against the Green Bay Packers?
This is where things get really interesting. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie. He's a media magnet. Every time he speaks, every time he posts, every time he shows up with Deion Sanders standing behind him, the cameras follow. And when he calls out bad quarterback play across the league, that soundbite goes everywhere. Sports talk shows debate it. Former players react to it. Fans argue about it all over social media. And you know who hears it the loudest? Joe Flacco, Kevin Stefanski, Jimmy Haslam. They all hear it. And that is where the pressure cooker is about to explode. Because let's be honest, Joe Flacco cannot hold this job forever. He looks like a backup right now. The offense is stale. And if he has one more bad game, this fan base is going to lose it. But instead of preparing Shedeur to step in, they just gave Dillon Gabriel the job of next man up. That is a bold move, because now you risk creating a real quarterback controversy. If Gabriel comes in and plays decent, Shedeur is still stuck. If Gabriel comes in and plays bad, fans are going to scream even louder for Shedeur. And every single camera is going to swing right back to him standing there with his helmet in his hand, looking ready, but never getting the call. And here's what really blows my mind. Shedeur has handled this professionally so far. He could have thrown this organization under the bus. He could have called out Stefanski by name. He could have taken shots at Flacco directly. But he hasn't. Instead, he's just spoken confidently about his own readiness and pointed out what everyone else can see. Quarterback play in this league has been rough, and he thinks he can do better. That's not cocky. That's not disrespectful. That's a competitor telling the truth. So what exactly are the Browns afraid of? Because let's be honest, it can't just be about him not being ready. This kid has been playing under the spotlight since he was a teenager. He has been trained for this moment by one of the best to ever do it, his father. He's been cool under pressure, even when everyone doubted him in college. And he is the kind of poise that this offense desperately needs right now. Fans can see it. Analysts can see it. And now the rest of the league can see it because Shedeur refuses to stay quiet. And here's the scary part. If the Browns keep playing this game and Shedeur keeps waiting, you know what's going to happen next. Trade rumors. Speculation about other teams calling Cleveland. Fans start asking if he'd be better off somewhere else. And once that narrative starts rolling, it is almost impossible to stop. Cleveland cannot afford for the situation to spiral out of control. Not with ticket sales already taking a hit. Not with fans already booing in the second half. Not with Joe Flacco looking like the game has passed him by. The Browns have to make a decision, and they have to make it fast. Either commit to Shedeur Sanders as the future and start giving him real game reps, or risk losing the fan base completely. Because right now it feels like they are scared of what might happen if he actually gets out there and plays well. And that is crazy. Because the whole point of drafting a quarterback like Shedeur is to give your team a shot at greatness. You don't draft him to hold a clipboard. You don't draft him to sit behind two other guys who aren't winning games. You draft him to play. You draft him to lead. You draft him to win. So here's the bottom line. Cleveland cannot hide Shedeur Sanders forever. They can play it safe for a few more weeks, but eventually this fan base is going to force their hand. Because fans aren't stupid. They can see when a veteran is cooked. They can see when the offense is broken. And they can see when the guy standing on the sideline might be the only one who can save the season. And if the Browns wait too long, if they let this thing fall apart before giving him a real chance, then they better be ready for the blowback. Because Shedeur Sanders is not just a player. He's a brand. He's a voice. And if he ever decides to turn up the heat and tell his side of the story, Cleveland might not like how it sounds. So here we are, Cleveland. The clock is ticking. Your fans are restless. Your quarterback is struggling. And the guy you drafted to be your future is ready right now. You can either unleash him and let him prove himself, or you can keep playing scared and hope this thing doesn't blow up in your face. But if you ask me, the time for waiting is over. Give Shedeur the ball. Let him cook. And let's see if this kid can save the season before it's too late. All right, guys, that's the breakdown. If you agree that Cleveland is holding Shedeur back, smash that like button right now. Drop an SS 100% in the comments so we know who the real ones are. And subscribe because we've got more Browns updates, more Shedeur coverage, and more NFL drama coming your way all season long.